The government is once again reflecting on its progress over the past 4 years. Appearing on a show titled The Journey to Prosperity was Minister of Natural Resources Vickram Bharrat. He outlined the various pieces of legislation that were put in place to manage the oil and gas resources. Bharrat stated that the government has updated the legislation that governs the oil and gas sector with the modernization of the Exploration and Production Act and the implementation of the Local Content Act.
So we were quite taken back that nothing much was done in terms of building out that framework that is needed to manage the sector in a transparent and accountable manner. For example, we had a 1986 Exploration and Production Act that was being used to manage the sector. We knew that we had oil. Oil was discovered in May of 2015. So we had 4 years preparing for forest oil in December of 2019. And in those 4 years, we were very surprised that nothing was done. The whole act was not amended. We had no work being done on modernizing the legislative framework.
He also mentioned the Natural Resource Fund Act. He said that though a Natural Resources Fund bill was passed by the previous administration, there were many loopholes.
There was a policy that was hurriedly announced or revealed in January of 2020, 2 months before the election. And if you read that local content policy, it's not really a local content policy. It's more in favor of foreign companies, I must say, sadly.
He stated that it was hurriedly passed when the then opposition People's Progressive Party Civic was not in parliament, as the government was illegal.
We were preparing for election, and we said that going to parliament now makes no sense. The government is illegal. So because of that, we were not present in the National Assembly when the APNU+AFC, being an illegal government at that time, took a Natural Resources Fund bill to the Parliament and had it passed in the National Assembly. However, that Natural Resources Fund bill had many loopholes and areas in which it was not clear as to how funds will flow out of this fund, who will manage it, how will the populace and anyone wanting to know how much funds go into that account, it was not quite clear.
He stated that the government has now set up a policy to manage the oil and gas resources. There are also institutions for training people to work in the oil and gas sector. There are also scholarships for students and many other measures to allow for Guyanese to benefit from the oil and gas sector.